Hi.
Alright, so, um, I was just going over, a couple of things, and I was trying to figure out exactly what was happening with my game. I did actually work with, Gen.exe yesterday. We were working through a bunch of different things to figure out why the game was stuttering and why the frame rate for the 9070 XT was going no higher than 30 FPS basically in her game. She went up to 60 after we did like a BIOS update and a bunch of other things. We spent 5 hours on that thing. And then she had somebody else help her for during today, and it did one thing. So that one thing is kind of what fixed everything. It's what fixed the stuttering, and I tested it myself and did it for me, and that also fixed it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to kind of guide you guys through it really quick, just for a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier. But basically we had to go and change the name of the settings file in Arc Raiders. So not in the game, but like in your files. You have to go to the folder, you have to change the name of the settings, and it'll and then it'll just reset it. So when you reopen the game the next time, so it has to be closed obviously during this, but you open it up and then it will reset the settings. Not your audio and stuff, but there's your graphic settings mainly. So what I did was, because I was having stuttering yesterday when I went to game after she did, and I was like, dude, for some reason I'm having stutters, I'm having all these problems. And I have an NVIDIA GPU, 3060 Ti, so it wouldn't be related at all to the same thing that she had. So, I am going to quickly switch my scenes, and then I will kind of guide you guys through it. Let me just do this here. Okay, so, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit Windows R. We're gonna pop up the little run file on the bottom here. And then we are going to type in app data. We're going to hit OK. And it will pop up this thing right here. So we're going to go into local, and then we're going to go all the way down until you get to Pioneer Game. So once you open the Pioneer Game, you go into saved, and you go to config. And then you go into Windows Client, and then there's these two. So for example, this one is the one that I renamed, so I can easily delete that. So we'll do it for testing purposes. We will change this. Basically, the whole file just has all of your settings for your benchmark, all that stuff, and then your resolutions, quality, yada yada yada. So we're gonna basically, we can just change it, or technically you can just delete it, and then that way when you reopen Arc, which I will do right now. So originally I had all low settings and everything to kind of make more frames, to make up to like 100 FPS. So I had everything set to low except for the highest, for the view distance I had that as the longest. So now, when I check my settings, everything looks different. So latency was on, I didn't have that on, I always turn that off. I had my frame rate limit, but you can see that everything is now changed. So everything is now back to default, and everything that should be there is there. I don't have that frame regeneration. Like I had for some reason I had AMD FSR pop up on my side, and I don't know why. I could probably pop up some old footage to show, but that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have been there, because I don't have more than I don't have 8 cores on my CPU. I have a AMD 5600X, nothing higher. So it was popping up for me even though I didn't have the proper thing. So that's no longer there. DLSS automatically turned on. Field of view stayed the same though. Motion blur went back on. Fuck that. This one doesn't for some reason change, and I wanted to be able to change it but they set it to static, so which is good. Now it just has it set that way. But yeah. So that's basically it. That's all I wanted to kind of go over, but that way at least you guys know if you're having issues. Or if I go to limit that and then have it set just the way it is. And I go into, let's just go into a match really quick just to kind of demonstrate to make sure it's working. Let's go free loadout. There we go. Alright, so I'm getting a solid...
Celeste here. Be on the lookout for that trap raider. It looks just as high voltage as you'd imagine.
I am getting a solid 80 frames. It did drop down. It is dropping down because I'm recording both on my OBS and also on here. But it is down to 60 frames. But that's because I have the high setting. So, but I'm not having any stutters, which is good. So you just have to take this thing down with a stitcher. Oh, I'm fucked. If I die here, it's fine. I don't care. I just wanted to make sure that everything was working. Yeah, so basically that's just kind of how everything works. So if you guys are having these issues, then just adjust those, just go do exactly what I just did. Delete it, and then you should be good there. I am going to quickly gonna back out of the game, and then I will do another line. Now I will go into the file again. Oh no, not that one. This one. And you can see that obviously, even though I deleted those two, it did make a new one. So we already know that there is a new one in there, and we don't have to worry about it. So if you are having stuttering issues, that would be the best way to test it. Because we did, like I said, we did a bunch of driver updates. We did a bunch of fucking BIOS updates. We did settings. We tried everything that I could think of. But the other person thought to go into the actual system settings file because that might have been affecting it. And because she wasn't having her AMD FSR pop up, I had it. I shouldn't have it. She had it, and that was when I guess they figured out that maybe we should go into the settings and delete it, and then have the game force it to reset it. So yeah, if it helped you, please comment down below, and if you guys do have any other things, just post it in the thread if you're watching it on Reddit. But if it's on YouTube, just post it in the comments of any other issues that you guys have entailed, so that we can kind of have a whole, almost like a forum kind of thing. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helps, and have fun.